Is this the dagger?
Lillard, long-range three. It's good! At the buzzer, Damian Lillard! Are you kidding me?
What's up, Baller Nation? How's it going? Thank y'all so much for clicking on this video. Today I want to talk about something that's been going on a lot in the news, or a lot in the NBA right now, and it's really been a topic of discussion across the entirety of the NBA, especially after last night's games. I'm sure that y'all know what I'm talking about if you have been following me on Instagram, which I'm pretty sure that like all of you are, because this is definitely not getting on any fucking YouTube Explore page or any of that shit. But and by the way, speaking of YouTube, I know I keep saying that I'm gonna be posting more and more on YouTube. I got an actual camera now, and I don't gotta to record off the fucking shitty ass phone, so it's chill. Like I got a camera, and by the way, check this fucking ghetto ass setup. I got a fucking Kanye West poster right here. A Kanye West poster, like jacked up on a chair. Y'all can't really see the chair, a little bit right there. I got it fucking sat up on a chair, and then I got a Michael Scott stepping over Toby Flenderson AI style right there in the corner. That's like propped up on a dresser, so I'm gonna get stands. I'm gonna get a better setup and shit. But I just wanna let y'all know about that. I'm gonna keep posting shit. All right, I'm gonna be like game reactions, player reviews, and all that stuff, and stuff like this. So stuff I just really want to talk about. And today, that is Kawhi Leonard sitting out or resting, quote unquote. And do I have a problem with that? The simple answer is no. I have no problem with Kawhi Leonard sitting out. Now, I can see where people are coming from. That like a lot of people, they don't have a problem with Kawhi necessarily sitting out, but it's just that he's doing it so much, and it's early on in the season, and it's only been 8 games, and he's already sat out 2. The Clippers have lost both those games, by the way. Of course, they don't have Paul George, and for me, that's probably the biggest problem I have with it. Like, I don't really have a problem with the principle of him sitting out. The biggest, like, I'm just surprised that Kawhi's already sitting out games when Paul George isn't even back yet. I mean, Paul George is like, he's not even like clear to play yet, let alone being 100% healthy. I'm just surprised that Kawhi is deciding to do that. I don't know if it's Kawhi Leonard deciding to do that, or Doc Rivers, or whoever it is. Definitely Kawhi's got a big say in if he sits out or not. Because if Kawhi doesn't want to play, he's just not going to play. We saw that in San Antonio. I know that. But the thing is with Kawhi is I would have a problem with him sitting out. I really would if he wasn't so good in the playoffs. For every game he sits out in the regular season, he's just that much better in the playoffs. We saw him last year play 2.5 rounds on one leg pretty much. I mean, that man was limping through every dunk. He was limping through every 3-point attempt. We saw him most notably in the Eastern Conference Finals when he dunked on Giannis Antetokounmpo a couple of times. Actually, he would come up limping, and I'm probably showing the clips right now, but you seen him. He's coming up limping. I mean, the guy played almost an entire playoff run injured. And the teams he was playing weren't like just trash teams either. It was a 7-game series against the Philadelphia 76ers, who featured Joel Embiid, who featured Ben Simmons, who featured Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler, and all these guys. The Milwaukee Bucks, the only 61 team in the NBA, the best record in the NBA last year, had featuring the MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Bucks went up 2-0 in that series too, and Kawhi brought him back. Not only Giannis, but they were featuring maybe the best shooting team in the NBA that year. You know, guys like even Splash Mountain, Brook Lopez and Brogdon and Middleton and Mirotic and all these guys. And he took them down, and then he went to the NBA Finals and took down the Warriors, albeit the Warriors didn't have Kevin Durant for a large part of it. But they still had Thompson, they still had Curry, they still had Draymond, they still had DeMarcus Cousins. And I get Thompson did get injured, but he played the entire finals. He was out for a quarter and a half, all right? And you can debate if Thompson never got hurt, would the Raptors have won? But that's beside the point. My point is that I would have a problem with it if Kawhi Leonard wasn't so good in the playoffs. If Kawhi doesn't have 2 Finals MVPs and 2 championships to his name, I would be like, yeah, Kawhi, like, come on now. The biggest thing that people have a problem with, of course, besides the amount of time he's sitting out, is the fact that he sat out against Giannis. He sat out against the Milwaukee Bucks. He sat out on a nationally televised game. And if the NBA wants to make a rule about this, which the NBA has actually come out with an official statement that they don't have a problem with it, and Kawhi is actually nursing an injury right now, a knee injury, the same stuff that was going on last year and the year before that. I mean, this man's just plagued with injuries, but he rests a lot. People just call him a pussy and shit, but like, he's still technically injured, but he's playing. He doesn't have to be playing right now. But in the play, it's all coming for the playoffs, because there's only one thing that this man cares about. This man only cares about rings right now. That's it. That's all anyone should care about, is winning championships. The man doesn't really care. Like, money isn't such a big of an issue for him. I'm sure he cares about it, but he's not flexing his money or anything. He seems like a very simplistic, minimalist kind of guy who just is really good at basketball. Just a regular guy who happens to be the best basketball player in the world right now. If not the best, LeBron fans, you can agree this man's the second best player in the world right now. Okay, we can all agree he's top two. Everyone can agree. No one's calling Giannis better than Kawhi right now. No one's calling career Harden. We all know. I mean, you could call KD, but he's hurt. So healthy players right now. Kawhi is obviously top two. Kawhi, I guess if the NBA wants to make a rule about this, the way that a lot of people are saying that the NBA should make a rule about this, I think that the rule should be you just can't sit out on nationally televised games, like Kawhi did last night against the Milwaukee Bucks. That would have been a great game. Kawhi versus Giannis. The Bucks only did win by 5 points, I think it was, but that would have been a great game. It would have come right down to the wire. I mean, Clippers probably would have won, but I mean, like, if the NBA wants to make a rule about it, then yeah, okay. Don't let them sit out nationally televised games. The other thing I've heard people talking about is that people are saying that Kawhi Leonard is being paid to play basketball games. No, that's not true. Okay, let's be very clear about this. The sole purpose of having a basketball team is to make money. That's A1 before everything else. Make money. I'm sorry. Okay, like, the owners, they care about winning, but they really care about making money. We're seeing that going on in New York right now. It's all about money. But what leads to the most money? What's the easiest way to make money is by winning basketball games, by winning championships. So Kawhi Leonard, he's not here to play basketball. He's here to win championships. That's what they're paying him for. They're not paying him to play on a game in November against the Milwaukee Bucks. They're not paying him for that. They're paying him to play in a game in June against the Milwaukee Bucks. In 10 years from now, we're not going to be talking about, oh, he sat out he sat out 2 games out of the first 8 games that the Clippers played in the 2019-20 season. No, we're talking about we're talking about Kawhi Leonard winning back-to-back Finals MVP and back-to-back chips in 2 different cities, winning on 2 different teams, winning them their first ever chip. We're talking about that. We're not talking about the amount of games he sat out during the regular season. Because let's be honest, and if you bring that up in an argument that he's sitting out too many games, well, you just gotta get your principles straight. The A1 thing about basketball is winning championships. If resting and load management leads to championships, I could care less. Kawhi could sit out the entire regular season. He could sit out every single playoff game. He doesn't even have to play. If the Clippers win a championship, I don't care. If it leads to winning, I don't care. Like, it's really, like, if the Clippers were better without Kawhi, and Kawhi decided, you know what, I want my team to win a championship, and Kawhi just didn't play, I'd be like, and the Clippers won a championship, I'd be like, yo, all right, because all I care about is the championships. If my Spurs decided to rest DeMar DeRozan because he was shit, which he is, but like obviously like he's like the Spurs are better with him on the court, but if DeMar DeRozan somehow just made the Spurs way worse, and the Spurs decided to just not play him, and that led to a Spurs championship, I'm happy. I'm happy they made the decision. Now that's obviously an extreme, but resting clearly works. We saw Kawhi Leonard last year. He rested a large part of the season. The Raptors were good without him. They were like 17-3 without Kawhi Leonard on the court last year in the regular season, and in the playoffs they were just amazing. And Kawhi Leonard was just amazing last year. We saw that in San Antonio with Greg Popovich and Parker and Ginobili and Tim Duncan, especially as their careers, as they got older and older. They rested their players during the regular season. They'd win 50, 60 games, and they won a championship in 2014, and that's what they were doing back in 05 and 07 and 03. I mean, it started really with Pop, and now we're seeing it more and more. Another thing I want to bring up, people using this as an argument to say that as an argument to say that LeBron James is the better basketball player than Kawhi Leonard because LeBron doesn't rest, like LeBron plays all 82 games. I'm gonna just make this very clear for you. LeBron James, you look in the past, and it's gonna happen this year too. And I'm not holding this against him. I'm just using this as an argument to combat your argument that this is that we should hold this against Kawhi. Okay, if you're gonna hold Kawhi Leonard not playing, if you're gonna hold Kawhi Leonard not playing as many games as LeBron is against Kawhi Leonard, then just remember that LeBron James is known ever since he joined Cleveland, and as he's getting older, he's known to coast through the regular season. After the All-Star break, LeBron James coasts through. We've seen the Cleveland Cavaliers finish in 3 and 4 seeds. They've gone through stretches where they were 5th, 6th seed in the Eastern Conference after the All-Star break, just because LeBron's just chilling out there. He's not going 100%. He's playing at 80%. So LeBron James is playing 100% of the games at 80%. He's not giving it his all year long. Which again, I've got nothing wrong with that, because in the playoffs he gives it his all. Kawhi Leonard is the opposite. He's playing in 80% of the games and giving 100% in all the games he's playing. See the difference? It's the same principle. LeBron James is playing but not playing as hard. Kawhi Leonard isn't playing as much, but he's playing way harder. But at the end of the day, come playoff time, those two guys are both phenomenal. Those two guys are both going to give it 100% effort 100% of the time, and that's all I care about. Because again, what do I care about? I care about championships. I don't care about your regular season stats. I don't care if the Warriors were 73-9 at the end of the day. What are we going to remember? The 3-1 series lead that they blew at the hands of LeBron James. I don't care. I don't care about the San Antonio Spurs winning 67 games the same year that the Warriors won 73. No one talks about that. The Spurs won 67 games that year. Just saying. Spurs won 67 games that year. They won 62 the next. Spurs won 67 games that year and then got bounced in the second round. I don't care. Last year in the NHL, I'll switch leagues on y'all. Last year in the NHL, the Tampa Bay Lightning won the most games in NHL history. They won 60 games. That's more than any other team in NHL history. And they got swept in the first round. I don't care about your regular season. Show me what you can do in the playoffs. We look at Cam Newton, the Carolina Panthers. They went 15-1 a few years ago in the regular season, and then got destroyed by Von Miller and the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. What lives in history is how you play in the playoffs, and resting players is such a stupid, how can you hold us against Kawhi Leonard? People calling him he's half a superstar or he doesn't play. Shut the fuck up. This man is out here dominating cats in the playoffs the way that LeBron is. When LeBron's coasting through the regular season, I've seen people hold that against LeBron. Oh, he's just not even trying in the regular season. Well, because he's going hard in the playoffs. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I didn't expect it to be whatever it is now, 13 minutes long, but yeah, you know what, thank you very much. Again, I'm gonna be making more and more of these, as the season progresses, because now I've actually got a camera. And also, I'm gonna go to San Antonio next week. I'm going to San Antonio, Texas. I live in Canada. I'm flying down to San Antonio. It's gonna be fun. Gonna go see Tony Parker's jersey retirement. If you live in San Antonio, let me know. Let me know what to do in San Antonio, because I'm there for 3 days. And the game's takes up 2-3 hours of that, so it's whatever. But yeah, all right, peace out, y'all.